I'm Derek Rader, host of the Let's Talk About It podcast with OhioGuidestone. Today I'm here with Katy Baumbach, our Director of Communications, to talk a little bit about OhioGuidestone and the podcast. Hi, Katy.
Hi, Derek.
Thanks so much for being here today.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm super excited.
Absolutely. We're excited to talk. So I guess first, tell me a little bit about OhioGuidestone.
Sure. So OhioGuidestone is the state's leader in community-based behavioral health care.
Okay.
We have over 1,700 employees across the state, and we meet clients where they are. So we serve our clients across the lifespan and everything from mental health concerns to substance use disorders. We also do workforce development, foster care. We really cover the whole gamut of things across the behavioral health care spectrum.
Wow. So a footprint across the entire state. And it sounds like you cast a pretty wide net as far as the scope and scale of those services.
Yes. We like to say, yes, we do. Yes, we do that. So, anything. We do mental health care. We do recovery. We do school-based services. We even have some primary care in the Lorain County office.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So this podcast, tell me a little bit about the thoughts behind it and the audience we're trying to reach and what we're doing here.
Sure. So I'm sure, if you've ever tried to have a conversation about mental health, it's not always the most comfortable thing to do.
Right.
And during the pandemic, it became a little bit easier. It really started to come out that, a lot of people are struggling, and sometimes it's really hard to have those conversations. And seeing more people talk about it makes it easier for other people to talk about it. So we have a really incredible team of professionals that work at OhioGuidestone, and we wanted to showcase A, like everything they know, but also B, how can they use that to help the greater good. So we were figuring out what makes the most sense, and we really started thinking about let's just talk about it. So how do we get out of those quiet conversations, or if someone comes to you and saying I'm having a really tough time, or you notice your friends where have they been? I haven't seen them at happy hour the last couple of weeks, or I haven't seen them at, soccer games, or whatever it is that you do with them. And you're a little worried, how do you approach that? Or you have a teenager and they start experimenting maybe with drugs. It's how do you have those conversations? What's normal? What's not?
The tough conversations.
The really tough ones. Right. And how do you make them not so tough? So we looked across our team and we were like, you know what? It's a really different conversation if you're talking to someone who is a kid, or if they are getting ready to retire, or, they just got out of college and they're like, I'm supposed to have my stuff together, but I don't. I'm like, I'm probably the only person in the world that feels like this.
Right.
So the whole idea is that we're going to take a specific concern or, topic, and then we'll talk across 4 different episodes. So the first episode will be early childhood. The second episode will be teens. The third episode will be young adults. And then the fourth episode will be adults. So we can see how those approaches change. So you're going to talk to someone who's 8 years old, very different than you are 80. And we're really excited to show that, there's a lot of nuance to that. And then how you can have those conversations, whether it's a friend, a parent, a kid, teacher, anyone, and make it so that it's not so scary to ask for help or check in on someone you care about.
Awesome. Really important conversations to have.
Yes.
And this will be the forum to have it.
Yes.
So
I'm so excited.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Thanks for being here, Katy.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.